Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be taking you through how to set up your account on Payoneer. Okay, so you just Payoneer.com. For those who do not know, Payoneer is a financial platform that makes it possible for you to send and receive money from anywhere in the world. Basically, it's majorly for people who do not have access to. It's like PayPal, right? But the people who use it the most are people who do not have access to a US bank account or a foreign bank account, basically. So what Payoneer does is that it creates an account for you in the United States. That means you get a US bank account. So it creates an account for you for dollars, for pounds, and for euros. So you get GBP, you get euros, and you get the USD. So I'm going to be walking you through how to create your account. Like I said earlier, just go to Payoneer.com. I've got my Payoneer account, so I'm just going to open my friend zone and come with me. Okay, so yeah, you're clicking on register, and please note that whatever detail you put in here has to be very, very accurate, because the chances of you getting to change particular things later is very low. Okay, yeah, so I am going as a freelancer, meaning I'm going to be getting I'm expecting payments from businesses and platforms like Fiverr and such. So I'm clicking on that. Make sure you pick whatever works for you the best. I'm looking to get paid by international clients or free marketplaces, so I'm going to click on that too. And register. Like I said, do not forget to make sure that everything that you're clicking is exactly what works for you. Also note that you can get paid from a Payoneer account, so you can get paid Payoneer to Payoneer, same way you can get paid PayPal to PayPal. Yeah. I need you to be a bit patient through this video because I want to be as detailed as possible. So if you are familiar with some of the process, feel free to skip forward a bit. But if not, just walk through me and make sure you're reading everything. Everything you see, make sure you're reading. So I'm creating an individual bank account. If you pick a company account and you do not have the documentation for it, it becomes a bit of a problem. So I'm going to fill in this information and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so once you fill in all the information that you need to fill in, please make sure that you do this correctly. Okay, you're going to fill in your first name, your last name, your email address. You do that twice, and then your date of birth. So you're going to have to confirm that you're not a robot. So I usually fail this reCAPTCHA test, but let's see if I'm going to get some first try this time around. Oh, I did. Okay, yeah. So next. And it's going to load and take you onto the next page, and then you fill that up too and go to the next page. The person I'm opening this account from is Nigerian too, and she's currently located in Nigeria. But if you're from whatever other country, I noticed that in one of my last videos, someone asked if they could use Payoneer in Ghana. So for example, let's check Ghana. Here's Ghana on the list. I'm not certain that there's any country that is not on this list. I am not sure, but I really doubt it. I really, really doubt it. So I don't know what other country might not make it here. I think there should be Korea, there's Puerto Rico, Qatar. All the countries are here. All of the countries are here. So yeah, South Africa, South Sudan. Yeah, so I think we're good to go. Whatever country you're from, just check, and you're most likely going to find your space here. So then you'd go on, fill your streets. This is just street name and number. And then you fill in your mobile number. You're gonna get a code, and once you get the code, you type it in and click next. In the event that you put in your mobile number and you're unable to get the verification code easily, check to see that you've removed the 0 in front of your mobile number, because there's already a country code in front. And if that is not happening, just go back to the beginning stage and start all over again, and it'll work. Okay, so I've tried this quite a number of times. I can tell you for sure, if it's not going through, just go back to the beginning, start all over again, and it most likely will go on your second try, but it rarely ever happens. So click next, Yeah, so this is the third step. I forgot to mention the sign up stage has 4 steps. So this is step 3, and this is the part where you put in your security details, your Gmail. See, it's fixed there already. From the first step where you put in your email address, and now you are going to enter your password. We enter it, pick a security question. Please make sure that this is something that you can remember, that you won't forget, something you're very familiar with. What city was your grandfather born? What is the first name of your spouse's eldest sibling? That's like your oldest sister or brother-in-law. Just pick something that's really easy for you to remember, and something that not everybody, that very few people around you know. For example, I don't know anybody who knows what city my grandfather was born, because he's not alive anymore. I loved him, but he's not alive anymore, so I don't know anybody that knows that. But I do. I and my siblings and his children know, but nobody else does, so I can easily pick that. Okay, so make sure you pick something that you're very familiar with. Put in the security answer. Then also you have to have a valid ID. I would usually prefer that you use a passport, your international passport. But whatever information you provide here, just know that in the documentation process of your Payoneer, because there's another process called the documentation process, it's more like a verification process, where you upload your ID. I am going to have to make another video for that, for people who I have to separate both videos because that one is going to be short. So if you are not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe now and put on the notification bell, because that video will be going up in the next, I think, 3 to 4 days. So you want to get notified and make sure that you subscribe. So I would usually advise, because during the documentation process you have to use the same ID that you put in here. You have to send proof of that ID, so maybe a scanned copy, a clear scanned copy to Payoneer, for them to verify your account. So yeah, for them to verify, validate, properly document you, because remember, you are actually opening a bank account. So the registration is rigorous, but it's very, very important. So I am going to fill in these details and get right back to you. Let me also mention that the fact that I prefer people using their international passport, or the fact that I would advise you to use your international passport, does not mean that that is the identification that you must use. So Payoneer allows for 3 types of identification types. If you click on the drop down here, so there's the national ID, there's the driver's license, driving license, and then there's the international passport. All of these IDs are internationally recognized as far as they are valid IDs in your country, and all of them come with a specific number, a unique number that's unique to your ID. So all you need to do is pick whichever ID is peculiar to you, and then I'm using the passport, so you put in the ID number. And then also I made sure that this video is live so that you see exactly what it looks like. I don't want to upload an unnecessarily edited video where by the time you're trying to actually sign up it becomes very unrealistic, and that's why it's this long. Okay, my sincere apologies. So like I said, click on the ID type that best suits your case. For me, that's the international passport, so I'm just going to click on passport, and then put in your ID number, put in your date of issue, date of expiration, and then you move on to the next stage. Once you click next, you come to the step 4 out of 4, and this is primarily the last stage. So as you can see, it's filed my bank country as Nigeria, and it's put in the currency that needs to be there. But if you got like maybe a domiciliary account that as USD, and you want to receive your money in USD, then you can do that. Actually, if you got a domiciliary account, I would advise that you could go that way. That means you can receive your money in USD instead of getting it changed to your local currency. But if you spend your local currency normally and you do not want to have to go through the hassle of looking for how to change your cash from USD to whatever your local currency is. Payoneer does that easy for you. So if you go on your Payoneer app and you try to withdraw $10 into your account, it doesn't reflect, it doesn't decline, it just automatically appears in your account in your local currency. And that's just easy. It makes life easy for freelancers and people who do business across different borders. That's why everybody loves Payoneer so much. So yeah, for me, we are using a Naira account, and here you get to pick the bank that works for you, whichever one of your bank accounts that you want your money to go into. Also note that you have to signify if it is a personal account or a business account, because there are particular restrictions that these two types of accounts have. They are quite dynamic, and it's just better that you specify, and all of that. So this is a personal account. If you're running a business account, make sure you put a business account. If you had started your registration process and you did not register as an individual, instead you registered as an organization or a business, you are definitely going to have to put a business account here instead of a personal account to make your account registration and verification seamless. Okay, so yeah, also see how the account holder name here is already written the way I wrote it in the beginning. Okay, so this is to say that the name has to be the same on all grounds. Your name has to reflect the same way. Okay, we're just gonna click on why can't I change this. When I'm adding a bank account for withdrawal, the bank account holder name needs to match your Payoneer account holder name. If your bank account is under a different name, it's a bit of a hassle. So you can just click FAQ if you would like to know about that. That is why I mentioned in the first place that it's very important for you to be careful what name you put. Make sure you put the same name that is on your ID and the same name that is on your bank account when you are signing up to your Payoneer account. I'm trying to make this video as explicit as possible, and I hope that you guys appreciate it. So yeah, I'm going to put in the account number, agree to terms and conditions, and we're going to submit. So now your review is in process. It usually takes about 3 to 7 days for you to get an email, but you most likely will get an email within 3 days. Sometimes if there are quite a number of people, I believe that's the reason, there are quite a number of people registering on Payoneer at the time, it might take longer, but you most likely would get feedback ASAP. Okay, and once you get that feedback, then we can proceed to going through the documentation process. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please drop a comment or ask whatever question you have in the comment section. I'm always ready to answer. Make sure you subscribe and put on that notification bell for more videos like this concerning payment platforms, work from home platforms, and self-publishing. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm here for you, and if you got suggestions for videos that you would like me to film for you, to record and walk through for you, please make sure that you drop that in the comment section.